Good afternoon. It is Friday. It is a good day. We are here in the cookery school, Keswick Cookery School up in the Lake District, which is next door to Simply Good Food TV studios. So I'm in somewhere slightly different today because we've got this amazing delivery. Now, Gia Halibut have just signed up as a foodie friend, and we're really excited because it's an incredible product. It's an amazing story. You can go to the app and see the story of how this halibut comes to be delivered to your door, should you so wish to order one. And I thought, you know what, halibut is not necessarily a fish that you have easy access to buy, but obviously using Gia Halibut you can get it straight delivered to your door. What do you do with it? So we're going to show you how to prepare this halibut into fillets. So hence why we're in the cookery school. So they have got this wonderful fish, absolute beauty it is, and you might think it's quite big, but you know what? If you prepare it, fillet it down, it will freeze beautifully. It's an incredible fish, and it is a real pleasure to have it here. So what we're going to do is, let's just move this back a little bit. I want to make sure you guys get to see it all. And if you are watching on Facebook, send in your questions because I can answer them in real time. I've got a cloth, I can wipe my hands, and I can type your question or speak to you about it. But obviously we've got the full fish. You get 4 fillets on a halibut, okay? It's a flat fish, so it's slightly different techniques. Usually you get round fish, so trout, salmon, cod, that sort of thing. There's a certain way to fillet those. And then flat fish, there's a certain way to fillet those. So what we're going to do is, first of all, I'm actually going to cut the fins away, okay? So decent pair of scissors. I hope John Fell's watching. If he's not, he will be doing, I'm sure, because I know he loves this fish. He's probably busy in the kitchen. So I'm just going to cut these away. And really, the reason why I'm going to do this is so that you can see what's going on. And let me just crop in there, and you'll maybe see a bit more of what's going on, detail-wise. This is one of those things, just take time. If you've invested in buying this beautiful fish, it's worth the time to fillet it. And we teach fish filleting in the cookery school here, and how to work with this amazing different fish, and it's such a pleasure to work with an amazing ingredient. I've watched the video, I've seen where this fish comes from, and it is someplace. I mean, I live in the Lake District, which is beautiful, but goodness me, it is amazing up there as well, up in Scotland, where it comes from. So let's just get the last of this off. So it comes gutted already, which is great, because that's one less job to do. And basically, you've got a fillet here, you've got a fillet here, and then you turn him over, and you've got a fillet there and a fillet there, okay? So you've got 4 fillets. And if you're really ambitious, you can get a cheek as well. But what we're going to focus on is the techniques on how to fillet this up, get it ready for cooking, which I'm going to show you a beautiful recipe afterwards, and that'll be a separate stream. But we're going to show you how to cook. I'm going to actually make kind of a fish and chip like this. We're going to make some beautiful celeriac chips with smoked sea salt and fennel seed, and then I've got some lovely mellow yellow garlic mayonnaise, which I'm going to put loads of lemon juice through, and herbs. I've got a few left in the garden, and capers, and we're just going to simply pan fry the halibut. It'll be absolutely delicious. When you've got a fish this amazing and this beautiful, don't do much to it. The less is more. And like a lot of people are, oh, I don't like the smell. Smells of nothing but seawater. That is so fresh. I am so thrilled with the quality of this. I really, really am. Okay, so we're going to take the fillet off. So where I've cut that little fin, I'm going to cut in. Now I've got a fillet knife. We use Robert Welch here. I'm a big fan. I really like their knives. They've got a lovely weight to them. They stay nice and sharp. And we get the knife blocks here as well. So all I'm going to do is cut round. Okay? So let me crop into there so you can see a bit more of that and a bit less of me, I reckon. Is that better? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to cut round like that. Okay, and then I'm going to run my knife all the way down the middle, and you can feel it with your finger. You can feel a line. We're just going to follow that line, okay? follow the line, nice sharp filleting knife, okay? And the key to good filleting, I believe, is long, delicate cuts, okay? So it's quite important that when you're using your filleting knife, it's just like nice, even strokes. It's not cutting away and hacking away. Just take your time, use a sharp knife. Keep it sharp. We use these little sharpening stones on there, and you just, no pressure, just run your knife through the stones, clean it off, and then get back to work. So we're just going to take delicate cuts, and I can just feel and hear the knife cutting against the backbone, okay? And that's when you know that you're in and you're making progress. And the key is just to keep working and use the flexibility of your knife, okay? To then bend against, so what I'm doing is I'm cutting like that. And you can see when I do that, that means the knife is following the contours of the object that I'm working on, okay? So if I move the fish here and I'm just cutting and I'm flat, can you see that how flat against the rib cage the knife actually is? And there we go. I'm just going to keep flat, cut away. And there we go. That is our first fillet. That knife is a beauty. Thank you, Robert. Rupert, even. So there, the first fillets come off there. And what we'll do is we'll tidy all this up afterwards, but let's get the fillets off first. So the first one off, okay? The first one is always the easiest. Okay, so we've got, and if I turn this, you can actually see this now. You can see where the fillets come off. And now we're just going to run the knife along this side and get to the next fillet, okay? So nice, gentle strokes, okay? And just cut. And the pressure always goes against the bone. So push it down against the rib cage. This is the best fillet by far. Okay, so nice. Turn your knife. Just keep working nice and gentle. And then we're just going to cut round the head. So I've just cut around, so it becomes a circular cut all the way around. Okay? And then we're just going to keep cutting away. Nice and gentle, there is no rush. You've bought a beautiful piece of fish. This is an investment in the freezer if you're going to sort of put some of these fillets away. So treat it like that. You've invested in a beautiful quality fish. We can chop some up and have it beautifully fresh today. But then we can put some other pieces in the freezer as well. So it's, you know, it's great. And you can't buy fish this fresh in supermarkets. So this is a real pleasure to work with this one. So again, keep cutting against the ribs. Okay. And then just, that's it. And then just fold the fish back, okay? So you should be able to see what I'm doing there. Just cut away. And just take nice strokes. Okay. And then I'm going to cut along the fin. I try and turn this round because I want to do this so that you can see as much of it as possible. So we're going to cut along where we trimmed off the fins with the scissors, and because we use these lovely knives, it just glides through, okay? I actually get these knives from Lakeland. You can order them, they get delivered to your door. They're not like crazy expensive like some chef's knives, but they really do hold up, and they deliver and they perform, and what they are is a good knife to keep sharp. I find they keep the sharpness really nice. Lots of different people use these knives in the cookery school. So they've performed well for us. We've had them for a good few years now. Right, there is our second fillet, okay? Pop that onto there. Okay, so 2 fillets down, 2 to go. Over we go to this other side. Now these fillets are a little thinner. The top ones, the dark skin ones, they're the nice, big, thick, meaty ones. So when you come to portion this up, keep these together and portion this side, because they're all the same thickness, they will cook at the same time. If you try and cut a fillet out of there and cook it with a fillet out of this one, they're different thicknesses and they'll cook at different times. So just have a little think about how you store them. But let's go again. So, I'm definitely going to have to clean my iPad after this. So we're going to cut round the top of the head. So we've got a quarter circle there, and then we're going to cut round that side as well. So we've cut that nice curve around the back of the fin. Okay, and then we're going to cut down the line. So we've got a fillet here, we're just going to cut straight down there. Okay, and then we can see what we're doing. And then curve the knife round, press against the rib cage and cut. Okay. That's it, and just lift the fillet as you cut it, and it will just lift away. Okay. And you can hear it cutting against the rib cage there. And then we're just going to cut that away. There we go. That's that one off. And then the last fillet, we're just going to cut against the rib cage. Okay, just go cut flat, nice and horizontal. So now I've got hold of the tail, I can just cut along that fin, nice and carefully to free it from the fins. Okay. And then we'll just cut along there. And again, just peel the fillet up. So it's really important that you can see what you're doing all the time. So lift the fish. There we go. We have got our 4 fillets. So, if you were very, very frugal and you really wanted to make the most out of this, you could take a spoon and you can actually scrape off the little pieces of meat here. They run along the rib cage. You could pop the whole thing into a slow cooker and make a really beautiful fish stock. And then what I would do is then add in some tomatoes, some garlic, loads of fennel, and make like a bouillabaisse type sauce. Be absolutely incredible. Tomato, fennel and fish stock. Oh my god, absolutely delicious. But for the time being, we're just going to put that to one side, okay? And very much at our cookery school here, we would show you how to do that. So, let's just have a quick wipe down. Make sure that we can see what we're doing. Right, so, we've got our beautiful fillets. So, let's go with the top 2 first. So that is the ones with the dark skin, okay? These are the thicker of the fillets. And you can just see there's just a little bit of tidying up to do there. So just trim that sort of skirt, I think the fishmongers would call it. And just check there's no bones. I've just missed a couple there. But now is the time where you just take your time and you just tidy these fillets up beautifully. I'm so excited, I can't wait to eat this. A real treat, this. The people at Gear Halibut, thank you very much for sending this. I really am looking forward to trying it. I hope you get to eat this kind of, you must get to eat all this kind of stuff all the time. How amazing would that be? There we go. So, we've got a nice clean fillet. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut that piece there. Because that's a nice piece. I'm actually going to cut that into fish fingers for the kids. Breadcrumb them up in some panko breadcrumbs. That'll be amazing. And then we've got these beautiful fillets now. And you can kind of see, look at the thickness on that fish. It is really, really beautiful. And all we're going to do is we're going to trim all of these up. And then I'm going to show you how to cook a recipe with these later on. So thank you for watching. If you want to know more, if you want to get this fish delivered to your doorstep, super fresh, go into Simply Good Food TV in the App Store, go to the shop and find Gear Halibut. It'll take you straight to their store and you can order what you like. I also got some smoked halibut, which I am looking forward to trying another day, which sounds super delicious. And I'm discovering this business and this company as you guys will as well. So stay tuned for my recipe and I will speak to you soon.